Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are unpacking a totally pragmatic, venture studio tested playbook for generating actual, real income in the AI era. And just as importantly, we're going to show you how to dodge all those scams out there. Let's dive right in. Listen, if you are completely exhausted by internet gurus selling you fake dreams and outdated tactics like, basic dropshipping, it is time for a reality check. Today, we are looking at a strategy straight from an entrepreneur who actually builds million-dollar companies. So let's just separate the real money-making methods from all the absolute noise online. Here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll cover filtering out the trash. Then, quick income for beginners, followed by scaling to tangible results. After that, we'll dive into building long-term wealth, and finally, the 1,000-day commitment. All right, part one, filtering out the trash. Look, before you can start making money, you've absolutely got to learn how to avoid losing it. You have to dodge the dead-end ideas. Enter the junk filter. This is basically a 3-question test to ruthlessly weed out unprofitable and impractical business ideas right from the start. You just ask yourself, 1. Is AI already doing this faster and cheaper? 2. Is the industry shrinking? And 3. Is it easier to lose money than to make it? Honestly, if the answer to any of these is yes, just walk away immediately. If you apply that filter, you will quickly realize why trying to build a business in these shrinking or overcrowded spaces is literally like trying to race across the ocean in a car. It just doesn't work. Things like NFT flipping, totally dead. Day trading, that is a fantastic way to lose your shirt. Low-level data entry is already completely automated by AI, and multi-level marketing, MLMs, well, they just make you the customer. So keep all of these strictly in the trash bucket. Let's move on to part 2, quick income for beginners. Now we're focusing on gaining confidence and hitting your first 5 to 10 grand a month. To generate quick income without massive upfront costs, you really need practical, high-demand skills. 2 perfect real-life examples of this are basic short-form video editing using AI tools, or what's called UGC matchmaking, which is basically just connecting creators with brands for authentic videos. Executing simple projects like these builds your skills and teaches you how client relationships actually work. Best of all, 0 degrees required, just basic execution. So you might be wondering, how do you actually attract that first paying customer and build a sustainable working relationship with them? Well, you can't just sell your time. You must create a strong, compelling offer. First, map your service to a specific pain point, like saving a client tons of time. Second, promise a specific result in a specific time frame. And third, create urgency. Say something like, hey, I only have 3 client spots available right now. Pitching a dialed-in offer like this to just 1 person a day is exactly how you win this beginner phase. Moving right along to part 3, scaling to tangible results. Once you have a few of those quick wins under your belt, it's time to upgrade your strategy and scale up. Now, what's really interesting here is the core shift in mindset. You must transition from simply completing small, disconnected tasks to actually taking ownership and delivering tangible business outcomes for your clients. You aren't just an editor anymore. You are solving real revenue and growth problems. Taking major hurdles off a CEO's plate is exactly how you command higher profits and leverage those quick win skills into long-term, highly lucrative projects. And to deliver those bigger outcomes rapidly, you should leverage specific AI tools to automate your daily work. Getting simple tasks completed quickly protects your time and absolutely skyrockets your profit margins without burning yourself out. For example, you can use your .com to build AI receptionists, or use Hagen and 11 Labs to run an entire content agency without ever shooting a single video. You could even use After Effects paired with AI to generate premium motion graphics super fast. Here is a pro tip, and honestly, the absolute secret to stability. Stop selling your time for one-off projects. Disconnect your time from your income entirely. The crucial point here is that building sustainable working relationships through outcome-based monthly retainers is what creates the predictable, recurring revenue you need to truly stabilize and grow your business. All right, let's get into part 4, building long-term wealth. For those of you looking to build an actual asset, an empire that generates millions, we are now entering the wealth building bucket. This is where you fully embrace the persona of a high-level entrepreneur. We are talking about serious long-term thinking here. Things like investing your capital into AI-first founders, or buying a boring traditional small business like, say, a campground, and using AI to automate half of its operations to turn it into an absolute cash-printing machine. You could even license out your own internal AI playbooks as intellectual property. This strategic step-by-step path is how you transition from being an operator to an owner. First, tie your skill to a booming industry. Second, systematize the outcome so it runs without you. Third, build a killer small team. Fourth, deliberately layer AI into your operations to slash costs and maximize your margins. And fifth, create content. Speaking of content, putting yourself out there with a personal brand is an absolute game changer. It isn't necessarily about getting famous, it's about creating an ultimate magnet for inbound deal flow. A strong content machine brings high-value clients, top-tier talent, and massive, unpredictable partnership opportunities directly to your doorstep. Finally, we arrive at part 5, the 1,000-day commitment. Listen closely because none of those wealth-building buckets matter at all if you fall victim to the psychological trap that destroys more entrepreneurs than anything else, shiny object syndrome. Constantly switching plans, resetting your goals every few months, and spreading yourself too thin across multiple projects means you will never stay in the game long enough to actually win. You can do anything, but you simply cannot do everything at once. The ultimate antidote to all this distraction? Committing to 1,000 days of absolute focus on a single plan. Look at the paths we've discussed and pick a specialization based strictly on your current skills. Then, do not look away for 1,000 days. Document your journey and build in public to hold yourself accountable. Because at the end of the day, winners simply stay in the game long enough to figure it out. So, what does this all mean for you? The ultimate separator in the years ahead is simply going to be those who show up and do the work. Don't let this explainer just be more shelf help that you consume and immediately forget. You have the roadmap right here, from filtering out the trash to building an actual empire. So ask yourself, are you just going to keep watching from the sidelines? Or are you finally ready to commit to your 1,000 days?